many times am I going to say party in this video? A lot. Hey friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley and I'm a blogger and part-time reseller on the Poshmark app. Today we're going to be talking about Posh Parties. What the heck is a Posh Party? How do you host one? And if you stick around to the end of this video, you'll get to see my experience hosting a Posh Party in the app at the beginning of January. If you enjoy reseller content or want to learn more about Poshmark, I'd love for you to subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notified when I have a new video available. If you've been on Poshmark either as a buyer or a seller, you've probably seen these Posh Parties advertised. You probably get notifications in your app. And in the beginning, you're probably like, what the heck is a Posh Party? So I'm gonna take the definition right from Poshmark. Posh Parties are real-time virtual shopping events where fashion lovers like you meet up in the Poshmark app to shop, share, and sell clothing and accessories. We currently host 4 parties per day within the app with varying party themes. After the parties are over, check out the different showrooms within each party to shop for curated selections of items shared to that party. So basically, it's a place that you can go in the app to see what's been shared by a number of sellers. Each party has a theme, and some of the parties are a bit more strict when it comes to the theme, and others are a bit more loosey-goosey. So there's 4 party times throughout the day. In Eastern time, they're at 12, 3, 7, and 10 p.m. The first party of the day is what Poshmark calls the brand party. So usually there's a variety of brands that can be shared. I think right now the party that's going on as I'm filming this video is like the outdoor or like active brands. So brands like Patagonia. I don't actually know anything about that party because I never shared that one. But anyway, so I've seen like trending brands, so they'll have like Zara and Torrid and Aritzia, or there's one that's like preppy brands, so they'll have like J. Crew and Kate Spade and Lacoste. So that's usually that like 12 p.m. party. The party at 3 o'clock is usually a category party, and so sometimes it's makeup, sometimes it's jewelry and accessories, other times it's shoes. The 7 o'clock party is what Posh calls a department party, and so usually that is around a specific category. So whether it's men's, maybe it's plus size, maybe it's petites, maybe it's kids, it's a very specific category. Usually the 10 p.m. party also has a theme, but it's a bit more loosey-goosey. So it's like date night. The one that I hosted was wardrobe refresh. There's a theme, but it's a bit more of a free-for-all and anything goes. In the parties throughout the day at 12, 3, and 7, if your item that you're trying to share to the party doesn't actually fit the category, Poshmark puts up a notification in the app and is like, hey, we noticed that you're trying to share this item that doesn't fit the party. You can't share it. Whereas the 10 p.m. party, anything goes. So these Posh Parties are fun and they're a great way to get visibility into items both as a buyer and as a seller. As a buyer, if you're into a specific category, let's say, or you're looking for shoes or you're looking for a specific brand, the parties can be a great place to go and see what's there. And as a seller, it's a great way to get more eyes on your item. The way parties work for sellers is very similar to just sharing your items in the app. You go to the item that you want to share, and instead of share to my followers, you're going to share to the party, and then the item will show up in the party. These parties move quickly, and there are usually like thousands, if not millions of items shared to each one. And so it can be a little bit hard to keep track of what's being shared or making sure your item's been shared, but trust me, it goes in there. Each party also has a few party hosts. Poshmark actually selects those hosts for each party in advance, and we're going to talk about how you get to be a Posh Party host in just a moment. And those people make those host picks, and so the host picks are a great way to have your item highlighted. It's a nice way to see a curated selection of what's in the party. The host picks are a lot of fun. I will say, as a seller, I haven't experienced a ton of sales from Posh Parties, but what I will say is I do get a ton of community shares out of the Posh Parties. I know for me, Posh Parties are a fun way for me to go in and share a bunch of items from people who I follow and maybe I don't follow. And it's a great way to see that like list of curated items. And I know that if I go into the host picks, those are fun ones to share and happy to give those items more visibility. But I can't say that I've sold a ton after a Posh Party. Even when I hosted the Posh Party last week, I made one sale, which I am not going to complain about making a sale. That is awesome. I don't see a correlation between sharing to a party and necessarily making more sales, but as I said, what I do see is definitely more community shares. So let's talk about how you become a Posh Party host. This is a lot of fun. So in order to be selected as a Posh Party host, there are two main things that you need to do. The first thing is you need to become a Posh ambassador. Maybe in the future I'll do a video on how to become a Poshmark ambassador. But once you're a Poshmark ambassador, you can apply to be a host, and you just need to fill in the application and Poshmark will review it. The hosting criteria for being a Posh Party host is, as I said, you need to be a Posh ambassador. So you need to be in good standing, and you can't have anything in your closet that Poshmark wouldn't deem to be in compliance. So if you have unsupported items, or if you have any like counterfeit items in your closet, that would be a no-go. So, and those just aren't good things to do anyway. Poshmark is looking for their host to be active. So you need to have shared 100 lifetime new Poshers listings. You need to have 7,500 or more lifetime shares, and you need to have shared at least 500 community listings in the past 30 days. So Poshmark is really looking for people who are going to be active, who are going to be part of the community to be these Posh Party hosts. And they also say that they want you to have personality, and so they're looking for someone whose closet you've got like great listings, you've got clear photos, maybe you do flat lays, maybe you model your items. There's so many different ways that you can show your Posh style. There isn't like a cookie cutter way, but that's what they're looking for as well. There is an application for US hosts and Canadian hosts. So right now it seems like they're picking at least 1 to 2 Canadian hosts for the 10 p.m. party. I've also seen Canadian hosts on the 7 o'clock and 3 o'clock parties, but that 10 o'clock spot is the one that they seem to be filling consistently for Canadians. And then Americans, y'all just get to host all the parties. And so there's usually 5 or 6 American hosts on each party. So if you fit the criteria, I would highly recommend that you apply. I'll list the application in the description below so that you can get that in if you meet that criteria. It does take a little while. I'm not sure what the wait times are like for American ambassadors, but for me, I think I put my application in initially around the end of October, pretty soon after I became an ambassador, and then I got an email in December to let me know that I'd be hosting in January. So it does take probably 6 to 8 weeks for Canadian ambassadors. Maybe that's a little bit shorter, who knows? But that was my experience. So if you are interested in hosting a Poshmark party, definitely make sure you get your application in. Once you've been selected as a Posh Party host, you get excited. I know when I got the email, I was so thrilled. And then you'll get a theme given to you. So as I said, mine was wardrobe refresh. Here's the criteria that was set out for me in the email that I received about hosting. You need to choose at least 50 listings with about only 5 to 10 being from your own closet. They want you to share new Poshers, so you're encouraged to share at least 5 to 25 items from new Poshers closets. You only want to share items that are available for purchase, otherwise it's disappointing. You don't want to choose any unsupported items, so nothing counterfeit or that doesn't follow the terms of service. If you're sharing any makeup or participating in any makeup related parties, they want to make sure that they also fit the terms of service, so you're only sharing items that are new with tags. And then you just get to have fun. I think it's important for hosts to make their host picks in whatever way feels good for them. So what I actually did was I went through and just started searching for brands, for items, for colors and things that I like. And then I just went through and started liking those items in the app in anticipation of choosing their host picks. When you see the footage from my host picks later, you'll see that there's a few themes. There's a lot of leopard, there's a lot of rose gold, there's a lot of Kate Spade, there's a lot of dresses. And that was so much fun for me to choose the things that really suit my taste and my style. I had a lot of fun choosing from new Poshers closets and discovering some new Poshers in the process. And I was really excited to give new people some exposure. I remember when I got my first host pick, it was actually one of the only men's items I've ever had in my closet. It was a pair of shoes that we had purchased for my partner, and they just didn't fit, so they were just sitting in our closet. They were Cole Haan shoes, they were beautiful, and they were the host pick in the men's party, and I was like, so exciting! So you get an email usually that says your item's been selected as a host pick, and so I wanted other people to have that experience, and I wanted to give lots of new closets visibility. So that was how I decided on my host picks, and it was a lot of fun. If you get to host a party, I suggest going through and making your host picks in whatever way feels good for you. It's always nice to be able to share a few of your own items. It's nice to be able to share some from your PFFs or your Posh Friends forever. And also just, as I said, give visibility into a whole bunch of new Poshers so that people might see them in the app. On the night that I hosted, it was crazy. It was so much fun, but the notifications were nuts. Actually, okay. Let's back up a little bit. My notifications started blowing up in the app even before the party actually began, because a bunch of people started showing up in my closet being like, congrats on hosting a party, I hope you'll choose me for a host pick. So my closet definitely started getting more visibility in the days leading up to the party, and then the day of the party even more. And then once the party started, it was crazy. I had never seen my notifications blow up in the way that they did on the night of the party. All of the host picks that I'd selected, I had actually gone through and liked them in the app before, and so it was super easy. It only took me a few minutes to share all of my host picks to the party, and sharing them to the party is exactly the same as just sharing to your followers or sharing to a party normally, but they show up in the host pick section, which is really cool. I made a sale on the night of the party, which was great, and it was actually someone who found my YouTube channel and then bought an item. Madeline, you made me so happy. Thank you so much for your support. Posh Party is about to go down. I'm really excited. I spent a bunch of time making all of my host picks. I liked them in the app, so they're all ready to go, and I'm gonna start sharing, and I'm pretty stoked. So I'm going through right now and sharing everything to the party, which is so much fun. And as you can see, my notifications are blowing up, and it's kind of crazy. So I accidentally deleted my notifications, but there they go again. It was up to like 400, but here we have my host picks, and I'm really excited. I love the items that I picked, and you're able to put in a few of your own items, and so I chose I think 7 or 8 of my items, but there's just like lots of fun patterns, lots of leopard, lots of pink and rose gold. I actually own these pants, so I was like, yes, someone else needs to have them. Some really great skirts. Oh my gosh, this cute wedding dress, adorable. A jade roller. Yeah, a really great water bottle. That water bottle is so beautiful. And oh, I'm actually, this Smash and Test playset I'm actually wearing as I am doing this right now. Some Cover FX highlighters, some really great shoes and boots. Oh, I have this sweatshirt. Mine obviously says Redhead. It's super cute. Ooh, oh. And we're back. Oh my gosh, so many cute things. I think I had right around 100. Of course, I've got a romper in there because that's really important to me. Yeah, I'm just really happy. Oh, I have this palette also. It's excellent. Some really cute lemon. Yeah, anyway, I'm really happy with these host picks. I hope that the folks who are in the host picks get some sales tonight. Hosting the party was a ton of fun. I hope that I get to host another one again. I was reading in the Poshmark FAQ that it says you can reapply to be a repeat host, but they ask that you wait at least a month. So probably later on in 2020, I will put my name in and see if I get to host again. Parties are a great way to get some more visibility. They're a great way to get community shared. I hope that this video gives you a little bit more insight into what a Posh Party is, how to become a host, and any of the benefits from sharing to parties and also being a Posh Party host. I'd love to hear about your experience when it comes to Posh Parties, whether it be as a buyer, if you found an amazing item through a Posh Party and purchased it, or as a seller, I'd love to hear if you make it a priority to share to those parties and how often you do it and what items you decide to share or not. Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to give it a like on your way out and consider subscribing. If you want to follow me on Instagram or on Poshmark, you can find me AshleyDTL. That is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.